What's going on, guys? Seth here. I've got kind of a weird impromptu idea that I wanted to try to kind of do like a face-to-face video series occasionally. Nothing crazy, just kind of me talking to the camera. Very ghetto, very low budget. Just quite literally talking to my laptop's webcam with my backdrop. It's my amiibo wall. It's nothing fancy. My lighting, it's my ceiling fan. It's nothing fancy. I don't have any sort of like fancy camera equipment or anything like that. I've got a Blue Yeti mic, but that's about as fancy as this is going to get. So hopefully this is something that you guys might like. I just kind of think that it'd be cool to have a platform to talk to you guys face to face, kind of do some on-camera stuff. We kind of fiddled with that in the past doing the podcast live on Twitch. Didn't super work out. So I kind of just wanted to do some more on-camera stuff to kind of get face to face with you guys, whoever watches this stuff, and just kind of put a little more of ourself in the work, I guess. And to that end, I think this video series is going to be just kind of a sporadic, kind of me talking to the camera for, maybe 10, 15 minutes at a time, nothing crazy, about just kind of like random little topics that float around that I don't think will gel super well in the main show. I don't try to like force feed like things that I want to talk about specifically into the main show, so every now and then there might be just a little topic that I want to talk about, and at that point I'll just whip out the laptop and record a little something. Nothing too professional here. Got a Baja Blast here. This is actually the first time I've ever had a Baja Blast, by the way, which is odd, considering my wife runs a Taco Bell, so I've never had a Baja Blast. It's actually pretty solid. It's a pretty good drink. I like it. For my first episode, topic of discussion, I wanted to kind of voice my opinion on so a little bit of preamble. At the time of this recording, it is July 30th, 2019, and we just got a video from Sakurai that is detailing the Dragon Quest hero, which is releasing today for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch. And it has kind of got me thinking about, we obviously know that Banjo-Kazooie is coming later on this fall. We don't know exactly when. I think we could probably assume like an October release date. I don't know. I'm kind of hoping for an early to mid-October release date for Banjo, just because they originally said that all the fighters would be out by February 2020, so I think it would make sense if we got like Banjo in October, Hero number 4 in like December, and then Hero 5 in February. I don't know if that's how they're going to do it, but I think it would make sense to kind of put them on a bi-monthly kind of schedule. But who knows? Who knows? They may go earlier, they may go later. I don't know. But what I do want to talk about, so we know Banjo's coming. Who's coming after Banjo? Like Fighters 4 and 5. Who's that going to be? We have Joker. We now have the Dragon Quest hero. We got Piranha Plant early in the year, who wasn't part of the Fighter Pass. We got Banjo coming this fall. Who's coming next? And I've got a couple of thoughts on that. And I've got a couple... It's not necessarily my personal picks. Like, I have dream picks, of course. Everybody does. I mean, I'm flesh and blood, dude. I want Gino as much as the next person. I want, all these characters that everybody wants, but who do I think realistically could possibly be a fighter coming for Smash, for Fighter 4 and 5 in the Fighter Pass? The first thing I want to talk about, and I want to give reasonings. I want to tell you why I think this may be at least slightly realistic proposition. The first one I want to talk about is for Fighter 4. I think it would make sense. We all know that Bandai Namco has had a hand in developing games, developing Smash Brothers specifically, since Smash 4. Had a huge part of the development of Smash 4. Helped with it in a massive way, and that's why we got characters, like Pac-Man in the game. And I think that it might be time to introduce somebody else in the Bandai Namco kind of stable, I guess. And I don't know how I think that'll manifest. I don't know if that's going to mean maybe somebody from like Tekken, or maybe it might be a kind of retro character again. Like, I could actually really see Dig Dug working as a really interesting fighter for Smash. I don't know how much resonance Dig Dug has with you guys. I love Dig Dug personally. I think Dig Dug's a classic game that would totally fit in Smash. But in terms of like interesting characters, I think it's plausible. There is a Bandai Namco franchise that I think would be really interesting to see it represented in Smash, because Sakurai has said that he wants to have characters in Smash that would operate differently from game series that you might not expect. So, what's a Bandai Namco series that we might not expect to see represented in Smash Brothers? Well, I posit that Dark Souls could potentially be represented in Smash. Do I think it's going to be Solaire? No, not necessarily, because we've got this Solaire amiibo, and by the way, I love this Solaire amiibo. This is like one of my favorite amiibo. Doesn't really do anything crazy in the game, but obviously Dark Souls Remastered came to Switch, did well, runs well on Switch, looks great, plays great on Switch. Let's take another sip of my Baja Blast here. But I think that from a fanboy perspective, somebody that would work really well, and I apologize for what has happened to this Totaku, but for some reason this Totaku is like melted. I don't know what happened to it, but Artorias, the Abyss Walker, Artorias, I think would make for such a cool Smash character. And again, this comes from a Bandai Namco franchise. Dark Souls is hugely popular with the hardcore fan base, and you could just imagine how cool his moveset and his final Smash would be if you're a Dark Souls fan. And I mean, like, this is already a really cool Totaku figure, and it just has me fantasizing what his amiibo might be like, what sort of usage it might even have in Dark Souls Remastered. Artorias is a fan favorite character, maybe just as much as Solaire is. I mean, you could imagine the possibilities are endless for a Dark Souls fighter in Smash. I'm not putting my hat in that ring and necessarily saying for sure, like, I think it'll be a Dark Souls character, but I could see it. I could see it. My point is, for fighter number 4, I think it's going to be somebody Bandai Namco, a representative of Bandai Namco. Just in the same way that Square had a representative with both Cloud in Smash 4 and now the hero in Smash Ultimate, I think it's time for Bandai to get a little bit of representation. We always get kind of Nintendo representation, like a third-party representation, Sonic, Snake, whatever. Now I think it would make sense for Bandai Namco to get somebody. Be it somebody like Dig Dug or whatever. I think it would make sense. As for fighter number 5, you can call me crazy for this, but I really do think that fighter number 5 is going to be Waluigi. I really do think that. This is the Waluigi kind of Mario Party figure amiibo, and I love it. And I love Waluigi as a character. Everybody does. I really do think that Nintendo's not stupid, you guys. They hear you. They know that you guys want Waluigi as a fighter in Smash. And of course he's an assist trophy. But is there any character in Nintendo's roster, any character that would make more sense to have as both an assist trophy and as a fighter than Waluigi? And I love the idea. I was talking to a friend of mine. We were kind of musing about what his moveset could be like. I love the idea of utilizing his moveset as a sort of a way to display the fact that he's been a side character for all of these years. A way to sort of like to sort of embrace his sort of resume as a Mario side character. The fact that he's always getting second shift, he's always being pushed to the side. He's never had a game of his own, which is a crime, by the way. I could see myself doing a topic just about that one day, a video like this. But I really do think, I mean, Nintendo listens. I mean, it's obvious that Nintendo listens to the fans. I mean, look at all the characters that we've had. Smash Bros. Ultimate has given us so many characters that we want. It almost feels like greedy to ask for more. Like, I mean, me personally, I got Banjo. I'm cool. Like, They could not release a single other character, and I would be totally fine with that personally. You know, again, there are people who are still crying for like Gino and stuff like that, and I don't think it's gonna happen. I think you've got your Square reps at this point, but you know, they listen. You guys want Waluigi. I feel like they're gonna give you Waluigi. I really do. And moreover, this might not even be it. I mean, this honestly might not even be it in terms of the fighter passes. I could see them doing another fighter pass. They could keep Smash going forward as a platform for years to come. But Waluigi, his moveset implementing stuff like his, you know, like Mario Tennis and Mario Party and Mario Kart and stuff like that, I could really see him being a very interesting character, sort of, again, making constant reference to his sort of B-tier appeal that people love him for. And I would just love to see that. I mean, he really is, thinking about it, one of the few, if not only, Mario characters, major Mario characters, that has no representation in Smash other than being an assist trophy. So, I think you're going to see him. I don't know when, I don't know where, but I would love to see Fighter number 5, Waluigi, and Fighter number 4, some sort of Bandai Namco rep. Be it Dark Souls, be it Dig Dug. I don't know. That's just my thoughts, my realistic thoughts on who I think could be coming to the Fighter Pass. But what do you guys think? I want to know. I mean, tell me who you want for Fighters 4 and 5 in the Smash Fighter Pass for Smash Ultimate. I mean, hit me up in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Who do you want? Tell me why you think it might be possible. And let me know if you like this. Do you like me talking to the camera? Do you care to have me talk about these like kind of random topics? Let me know. I'm looking for some feedback in the comments. As always, it has been my pleasure. Have a great day, folks. We'll catch you next time. Bye. Hey there, thanks for checking out another fantastic Nerd Bourbon video. If you like what you saw and you want to see more, be sure to go ahead and subscribe, leave us a like, drop us a nice comment, or I guess a mean one if that's your prerogative. But until next time, get dunked on.